I bet there's a lip underneath that.
I know, I'm trying to get it on the edge.
You should think it.
No. Not really a bug catcher.
You sit down at that 12-volt park, that was not much better. It's small, it's odd size.
All right, we'll go ahead and bring the meeting to order. You want to start with roll call, please?
Hyatt.
Yep.
Bentley.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Reed.
Here.
Bell.
Here.
Ludwig.
Here.
And Holland.
Check.
Everybody get an opportunity to review the minutes from our last meeting on, would have been September 6th. It says Monday, but
Oh, it was Tuesday, September
Tuesday,
5th.
September 5th. Okay. Any questions or anything with regards to the minutes? No. Motion to approve.
I'll motion to approve.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? Perfect. Any audience items? There is no audience items. We'll move on. Trunk or treat. Consider motion to recommend council to approve the town square for the third annual trunk or treat. This is from 5 to 9 p.m. on Monday, October 30th, 2017. We've got the site plan attached. Vehicles will be backed in, 36 stalls, non-scary, may need some access to electricity, no street closures, and then a site plan on the back side covering all three sides except for 3rd Street right here.
Is this a longer time frame than in the past? It's nice. It's 5 to 9 typical for them?
I don't know if it's actually,
If it's
the
different than
setup
your
is
festival?
probably
Starts
5
at
o'clock.
5.
Oh, okay, so
I'm guessing
reserving
it's
it for
6 to
5 to 9.
8.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's most likely. Is the city also 6 to,
Yeah.
or dusk?
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
6 to 8, okay.
Same night, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any, do they have, just out of curiosity, I'm in favor, but do they have any, curious question I have, do they have the attendance numbers?
I haven't received any. I'd be happy to ask.
I went 2 years in a row. There
We've been
were
there quite a few.
dozens and dozens of people.
I just,
Yeah.
Just a steady flow.
Mhm.
Any questions? Have a motion to recommend the council to approve it?
Chair, I move that we accept the third annual trunk or treat motion. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect. Mr. Morris, tree board.
No data, I just enjoy your company.
Thanks for joining.
Likewise.
Dave.
Yes, I just wanted to give a quick update. Council approved last Monday engineering services for Snyder to get started on the 3 parks that we were a part of. The ones we kind of prioritized, I guess, in the last over the last year. It feels like maybe even longer. But those, just as a quick update, were Simmer Park for the dog park, right? The fencing, getting all the engineering services for that. The 12 Oaks in Lost Lake, which will be the trail paths and those signage, and the I believe was it 12, and then the water service to those as well for drinking fountains. What am I missing?
Shelter,
And the shelter at
12
12
hours.
Oaks, right. So that's all was approved by council last Monday, which included phase 1, which was, all those, the infrastructure, if you will, and the paths, and then phase 2 will be probably coming up in the following year. And that's the playground, all the amenities, not necessarily essential items, but love to have and needed items. So it's definitely a priority in the council, and that was reinforced on Monday. There's a 4-1, I think. Don't ask. But anyway, so that's what's going on. You guys have been doing a great job, and thanks for all your help getting this far. We'll keep it going because the parks are going to continue to come.
How long does Snyder open up the bidding process and?
Well, so these are services. I think they're 30,000. Basically, it's getting everything ready for that.
Okay.
And so Randy and I were just talking beforehand, and they'll probably do the bid letting in the spring, or maybe right before that. But then we can start actually doing the work next spring, so we can see some dirt moved and getting the signs up. Or I think it really, to me, that's the first step. It's so people understand that hey, we are doing something here, and here's the sign and the entrance, and then we can get some sidewalks and some connectivity and trails, I guess.
Anything else, sir? Any other questions?
Yeah, any other questions over that? Those items? I mean, it's finally I'm telling you, it's been, I don't know how many years we've been wanting these things to be prioritized in our capital improvements, and so took some street money. I mean, we spent over $1 million a year in curb and gutter and doing some streets, so this is the priority for the next year. So it's exciting.
Did everybody get a chance to look at the layouts that were recommended? You got emailed out? I got some good options in there too.
They're pretty similar.
For the playgrounds? Yeah, I would say again, we're probably talking 10 months before that comes back.
Sure.
But it's always good to do the research.
Right, and I think the reason we focused on it so much at the last meeting is because if you're doing the cement work and getting
Making sure you get the right size.
So getting the right size pad, and are we committing to like a large playground structure at
Yeah,
that point?
absolutely.
Not with cement. So is that where we are? I think is my question, is that we're committing to, we're getting that in, and we're committing to kind of these large structure kind of.
Yeah, I mean, that's the, like where they're going to be placed, that's where the engineering services are going to come in. It'll basically tell us where then they will be placed, to make sure the ground is, the pads won't go in obviously, but that'll be the phase 2. I think the pads are like $60,000 for just the mall area. Those things are just, you can't just put wood chips in there anymore, unfortunately. So yeah, again, like a phase 2, but it's good to have the recommendations to say, hey, we've looked at the different age groups of the potentially be using. We know what the demographics of the area. If it's either in Lost Lake, in that area, we know that there's young kids there and those types of things. So it's definitely not time wasted because it's going to be on the next round of budget items for 18-19. Does that make sense?
It does, but just to be clear, so we'll get the base for creating the pad. I mean, you wouldn't put like the
Yeah, there won't be
rubber
anything
pads
put
in,
in,
but the
right.
cement structure.
It'll just be more of a dedicated, here's where we're going to put it.
Site area.
Yeah, here's where we're going to put it. And who knows, maybe there'll be some grants, maybe,
Okay.
So there could be some, it's always fingers crossed, you never know how
Right
that'll
on.
work. But
And we'll get feedback from the engineers on where they recommend to place it and everything too, right?
I
Is
don't
that
know if
part
that
of
was
what
in the
they'll do?
scope, but I'm
I
sure
didn't know
that's
that was
something
part
we
of
can, I mean, there's probably just a matter of saying, hey, this looks like a good spot.
That's
Or
what
the
I'm saying,
sidewalks, where they connect and drinking fountains and bike racks. And also in there is enclosures for porta potties.
Yeah.
So that's
Yep.
part of the first phase, building those structures so we have the facilities available as well.
Cool. Any other questions?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Staff report. Anything to
I don't have anything.
What?
Public Works?
Nothing here.
Anybody, anything on the commission? Can I get a motion to dismiss?
Get overpaid tonight, right?
I was worried about
Could be a
being late
record.
to my 7 o'clock.
A motion to adjourn and return on November 6th?
I will move to adjourn.
A second? All in favor? Opposed? We beat the record by 1 minute.
Did we really? What was it?
6:10.
Without trying. Or maybe we were trying.
That one we did try.